guys, and welcome back to GuitarShedVideos. It's Duncan yet again, and today what I want to talk about are some of the really gimmicky guitar learning systems that you will see available online that you should really stay away from. When I'm talking to people who don't really play guitar or who are just starting out about playing the guitar and learning the guitar, what I actually equate it to is physical conditioning, because it's a lot of the same stuff. You're building up a basic ability of your body, which is, of course, your hand-eye coordination and the speed of your fingers and the coordination of your fingers. And frankly, they share one other thing in common. They're both really frustrating at the beginning. You know, you're not going to see some of the results you're wanting, and honestly, they're both pretty uncomfortable when you begin, as anyone who has played until their fingers bleed can tell you, and unfortunately I'm in that camp. But there is also one other commonality that the two have, and that is that there are tons, and I mean tons, of people online who are seeking out people who are trying to achieve those things and scam them. So let's say you are a beginner guitarist who is going out and trying to learn guitar. Well, let's face it, you want to learn guitar fast. That's just, it seems like the best way to learn it, and no one wants to be a beginner guitarist. No offense to you guys out there who are, but everyone wants to be a really, really good guitar player who's, you know, hanging out with his friends and just playing guitar all the time and things like that, because it's cool, right? Well, the thing is, there are a lot of people out there who come up with these honestly horribly gimmicky guitar systems that promise you that in a ridiculously short span of time. And what you wind up seeing are claims that are just so obviously false that it's not funny to someone who has actually learned guitar before, but to a beginner guitarist, they may not know how ridiculous these claims are. One of the ones I've seen before is double your shredding speed overnight. That's not possible. I'm sorry. It's not, unless you go from completely not shredding at all to the very, very basics of shredding, in which case I suppose multiplying 0 into anything is mathematically more than doubling it, but anything besides that, you're not actually going to be able to achieve anything like that if you have any shredding skills or even the very rudiment basics of shredding already. You're not going to double your speed overnight. It's not happening, because what shredding speed really comes down to is muscle-eye coordination. And that does not build up instantly. It doesn't happen. It's not like you already have that coordination and you already have the muscles developed in your hands to be able to do that. You have to develop that over time, which is why this claim is just simply impossible. So anything that states double your shredding speed, even if they were to say in a week, I would be extremely wary. Yes, it's possible if you play 5-6 hours a day and practice the same exercises over and over and over and over, then okay, yeah, it is possible to do that in the beginning stages of shredding, but let's face it, most people aren't going to do that. So anything that promises quick, easy speed buildup is just lying altogether. I've also seen one that was actually advertised on YouTube for the longest time, back when I was first learning guitar, was, I think it was something like learn to play the blues with 3 or 4 easy chords or something like that. You know, become a blues master with these 3 easy chords. Some gimmicky junk like that. And this is, again, just a falsehood. You know, if you look at, and blues is one of those things that people really respect the great masters of it. If you look at some of the great old blues guitarists, for the most part, they spent years learning their stuff, and they went with so many different types of scales, so many different types of chords. They included a lot of things into their playing beyond, oh, 4 chords makes you a blues master. That's not going to happen. Might you be able to play a respectable blues lick? Sure. And might you be able to know some of the few main chords within blues? Yeah, you would be able to learn that. But the thing is, those aren't going to necessarily make you some master of blues guitar, because you're not actually taking the time to learn everything that the real masters of the blues guitar have learned. So stuff like that, basically anything that says that guitar is going to be quick and easy to learn and you're going to become really great at it in a short amount of time, don't believe it. Now, that being said, there are some guitar learning systems online that are actually really, really good. Number one among these is the Berklee College of Music Online offers online courses for certifications in guitar that are really great. In fact, I've even looked into taking them before. They are rather costly, though. They can cost you, I believe it's something on the order of $700 per course. But of course you come out of it with an actual certificate, which is kind of equivalent to a degree, the closest thing you can get to a degree through online music schools. That's actually applicable in the real world. So if you come out with a degree, or a certificate I should say, from that particular program, you actually are getting something because you show that as a credential for teaching guitar, and you can actually make yourself some money teaching guitar that way. So that's more like actually taking a degree program. But it's a cool resource. Aside from that, there are a lot of websites that offer real guitar learning systems where they actually sit down, they teach you as a face-to-face instructor would. They show you exercises, they show you scales that you're actually going to learn something from. But the fact about these is you have to pay usually a decent amount for most of them. You know, you have a site membership, I think it's usually monthly or bi-monthly or something like that. And you also have to actually practice these exercises as diligently as you would with a real guitar teacher, otherwise you're not learning anything. So you have to put forth the effort in order for any of these things to be a resource to you. Now, for you guys out there who are just starting out, I would say stay away from learning programs altogether. Because the truth of it is that every piece of information known to the human race about playing the guitar is available for free somewhere online. YouTube's a great resource. There are a lot of independent channels that do guitar lessons for nothing. They cost you nothing. And the worst that's going to possibly happen is that you don't understand or don't like what they're teaching or how they're teaching, and so you go over to the right-hand side of your screen and you find a related video and you watch that. So that's the worst that's going to happen with those. If you're looking for scale diagrams, if you're looking for guitar tablature, all of that is available for free online. So I would really stay away from spending any money on guitar learning systems at all, at the very least until you're more of an intermediate player and you've already learned the basics of the guitar, because if you're right at the beginning stage, you're just wasting your money and your time. Once you're an intermediate player, if you decide you want to look into some of those, do some research, make sure that whatever you're getting, whatever system you're buying into is well reviewed, that people like it, that other people have actually tried it out and have decided that it's actually worth something. So there are good ones, but there are also a lot of bad ones. So just kind of watch out and try to avoid anything that seems too gimmicky or too good to be true. Alright, as usual, any comments, questions, suggestions, please feel free to go ahead and let me know, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.